Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my thoughts on Resident Evil Village. Today we will be discussing the Doll House and possibly Moreau if there is time. So let's get started. This is a section that all of these reviewers that I'm going to be responding to are going to mention about. Not all of RE8 is shooting, and there's a few non-combat stuff that's really going to freak people out. Guys, a few is not one. And this isn't scary. It's sad. But I am speaking about multiple playthroughs. On the very first, I can see it working. But only the first. This puzzle sequence, however, is not very impressive. I have gotten to the point where I can pass through all of it with just getting one item from the mannequin. Also, side note about the mannequin, the mock bullet wound is on the wrong side. Mia got shot in the right shoulder. The mannequin has the wound on the left shoulder. Anyway, let me give you an example of a simple but good puzzle. Welcome to Cry of Fear. Who remembers this one? You need a combination for a door, which is in this computer, but it's locked. So you need the user info. There are two pieces of paper outside, which if you were exploring before you enter the house, you would have found. So you try those and bam, you have the code. Why is it good? It doesn't hold your hand. It is intuitive. You are solving it. Also, the passwords and codes are randomized, and Village's puzzle sequence is not. The baby might be disturbing, and the lighting and the atmosphere will probably be enough to put you on edge, but you can do better. And I believe I remember hearing someone say that Capcom toned down the scares because the last game was quote-unquote too scary. Let me ask a question. How is a horror game being scary seen as a negative to you? It's a fucking horror game. It's supposed to be scary. If people got scared by it, congratulations. Your game succeeded on what it set out to do by being a horror game. Horror games are scary, in one way or another. I have another question. How is the doll alive? Does Donna have puppet powers? Did the Megamycete infect one doll and it's alive now? I know it's not the house hallucination because Angie is moving when we wake up from Heisenberg capturing us. At no point during this section do we learn just how Angie is moving around. We learn that, once again, via note in the patented lore room. I have another question, but I have to hold off until the end of this section. As far as I understand, this is all a hallucination, which, 1, is stupid how that's explained, and 2, makes me ask this question. I understand it's a fail state, but how do we die to a hallucination? Having a story be "it was all a dream" is stupid, because there are no stakes. You ruin the suspension of disbelief because now they're telling you none of this is real, yet you're supposed to believe it's real because you'll die if you don't run away from the monster or go find Angie. So you're essentially told nothing matters after you've done all of this stuff because you snap out of the hallucination. Not to mention this sequence is scripted all to hell, the monster despawns. So 2 questions. Donna is definitely looking to kill us here, yeah? So, why do you not just do it then and there? The game's answer, I guess, is she is mentally underdeveloped. The fuck does that even mean? She seems to communicate clearly enough. I'm imagining that it's supposed to be her when Angie is talking. So what do you mean by underdeveloped? What's wrong with her? What mental illness? And more importantly, why do you have Ethan go chase your doll around? I'm gonna kill you. Better play hide and seek with me if you want to live. Fucking what? So Angie is able to move around because of the... Oh, fuck me. How do you pronounce this thing? Cadu. Cadou. Cadu. Fuck it, it's a plant blob. So Angie is able to move around because of the plant blob that Donna put in the doll. So she can control it. So here's my question. We stab Angie a bunch of times, and then stab the plant blob. In essence, killing the doll. So, how is Donna dead? Does stabbing a plant blob kill the lords now? Why does this not come up ever again? And if killing the plant blob that's in Angie is going to kill you, Donna, why the fuck do you just let it happen, you twit? Once again, the only reason Ethan is still alive up to this point is because the enemies are all incompetent. And you want to know something? If you look on the character page for Donna, the close-up shot isn't of Donna, it's the doll. Yeah, I don't rightly know how to fix this one. So, maybe don't have it. This section feels like it was written by someone else anyway. It feels entirely out of place for this game. And just like you can't throw out military training and call it good, you can't throw out mental illness and just call it good. And I believe we have enough time, so let's go ahead and tackle Moreau. Oh, what to say about Moreau? Aside from the fact that there was unexplored potential here as well. Ethan, why do you just stand there and talk after taking the flask? Just walk away. This is why I call you an idiot.
What's so funny?
You're stupid. You talk too much.
I agree, Moreau. But here we had another example of wasted potential. You could have had something more with Moreau being made fun of and ostracized by the others instead of just what he writes in his journals and notes. But no. I guess they were trying to have us think that there was Moreau and another monster that was in the water. But I thought it was obvious from the start that it was all just Moreau. I truthfully don't have much to say about Moreau or this section. Why? Because it's bland. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your walk and dodge simulator portion of the game, topped with a bit of creature horror. I mean, the puzzle was okay at first, but it gets easier if you don't think about it. No, I'm serious. Just don't look at the picture and look at the green bar at the top. And once again, I can tell that this section was written by a completely different writer who, and tell me I'm wrong here, tried to take inspiration from Amnesia and the Water Monster. Why? Because walking, puzzles, water, monster. Only it doesn't work here. Amnesia forces you to explore places you don't want to go, and it makes you steel yourself and keep going forward, then letting you breathe only to throw you headfirst right back into it. And it works because you know you're in the safety place and you're allowed to breathe and relax, and then you have to look at the door and say, fuck me, I have to keep going. This game, you have to go do everything because Ethan wouldn't leave after swiping the flask, despite me yelling at him to leave. Once again, plot moves forward due to stupidity.
Caught myself a big one.
Ethan, shut up, you're not a humorous character.
in death as he was in life. Disgusting.
That's pretty judgmental of you, Ethan. I don't get the impression that he chooses to be this way. And now we are contacted by Heisenberg.
You're better off than I thought.
Who's that?
Oh, come on. We just met a while back, not that it really matters.
You're the last asshole in my way, aren't you?
You've got fight. I'll give you that, Ethan. But what's the plan when you have all 4 flasks?
What are you trying to get at?
I could lend you a hand.
Not trying to get on my good side?
Oh, don't get cocky. I'd kill you if you weren't worth the trouble. There's a stronghold not too far outside the village. Go there and get my flask. Do that, and you pass. First, head back to the graveyard.
And with that terrific segue into the next section.
Self-centered prick.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Ethan, he literally offered to help us. Does that seriously, at the very least, not pique your curiosity? As I was about to say, I believe we can end this part of the video here, and we will return with looking at Heisenberg. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you then.